you grew up really quick.
Yeah.
Like, really, really quick.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. It sucks that I didn't have any siblings or anything to, like, kinda
Feel for you. Share that.
be with,
Yeah.
but also, like, I would hate for anybody I'd ever to go through any of that. And, but I'm thankful for it because I wouldn't be who I am today. And maybe I wouldn't have even, like, been so driven to learn so much
Mhm.
if I didn't go through all of that. I don't know.
Seems like you were forced to. You didn't have that
Yeah, I
kind
didn't
of
have a choice.
you had to figure it out on your own.
Yeah.
You had to, like I mean, even where you were gonna sleep,
Yeah. Yeah, and how was I gonna eat? And
and go to school and, like, you're juggling all this stuff.
yeah.
I could see a lot of people, like, really falling down or going down into
Oh,
a
yeah,
rabbit hole
and,
of
like,
drugs or
well, I never did that, but I definitely had low times, Like, I was always involved with the wrong people, and then I was always, like, kind of a parent to them because I was always around the wrong people and
what are the wrong people?
like, thugs.
Like,
Yeah, like,
criminals?
people that were stealing stuff. They would, like, steal cars. My car got stolen, and I was really upset, and I was like, "Look what it did to me, like, why are you doing this?" type stuff, but these are the people that I didn't know you could, like, choose your friends, and so I was just surrounded and they were doing a lot of drugs and stuff, and I would be, like, their, like, good angel, like, trying to, like, keep them safe and, like, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't do this thing."
This was in Fort Worth or in Dallas? Arlington?
Yeah, Arlington, Mansfield,
Mansfield, South
South.
town.
Mhm.
Hanging out with criminals,
Yes.
being the angel on their shoulder.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I was no angel either because I surrounded myself with them. I just never actively stole or sold, like, I never sold car parts or stole cars or, like, I would never be a part of that because I worked so hard for my car. Like, I don't understand how you can do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were the people I hung out with.
When did you start pulling yourself out of that world?
I think around the age of 25 to 26. Like, even when I built my house, I just had bad people at my house. Like, I would let people stay with me that shouldn't have stayed with me. I would end up, like, they would have a kid, and then I'd feel bad for the kid, and then they would just, like, end up staying with me for free, and then I would be paying for kid things because I would just feel bad. It was just terrible. It was just a bad situation. But um I would stay I had my house, and then I was with this guy for, like, 6 years, and eventually he ended up cheating on me and getting someone pregnant, and so we ended up breaking up, which was, like, a blessing in disguise. I was miserable. I needed out. He was toxic, he was terrible, he did not treat me right. There was nothing beautiful about him, but I didn't he was really great at manipulating, and I was definitely a submissive, not person that you would recognize today at that time. So it was devastating when he broke up with me, and it was devastating that he got someone pregnant. But wow, what a blessing in disguise. And that's when things really started to change because then I had a little more control of my life. I was still working a bunch, but I started getting into yoga and started getting into rock climbing because yoga kind of opened my mind about things and, like, trying new things. And so I got into rock climbing, and then I had, like, a different community of people. All the rock climbers I hung out with were, like, highly intelligent, like, eccentric individuals, and just kind of, like, being around a whole different vibe of, like, yoga people, climbing people, granola people,
Right.
or, like, just, like, smarty pants McGee.
Mhm.
That I was, like, very self-conscious of how stupid I was. Just because, like, I didn't have the same intelligence as they did, I didn't recognize my intelligence
Well,
either.
yeah, you might have not had facts
Yeah.
memorized.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't have.
Because I would say that what you did showed a supreme intelligence to be able
Yeah.
to navigate the world and all the complexity that you had
Yeah.
from a young age and make a path forward where you went to school, had jobs, manage your own kind of living situation,
Yeah.
however, strange it was in a house in a developing neighborhood, or all of those things
Yeah.
show immense intelligence.
Yeah. Thank you. I didn't feel like that then. I do now. I do see, like, the drive and discipline that I have, it's definitely rooted from that. But like, I'm very, very thankful that I'm finally aware of it because I never gave myself credit for anything.
Yeah.
And so being able to recognize that now is also how I started changing. And I still had issues with having the wrong people in my life, but it was different. It was like, just like people that suck you dry kind of wrong, not like criminals anymore. When I moved to Austin, like it's just a bunch of white people. So like I extra like didn't have any bad and I was never influenced by any of that, but I was definitely surrounded by it, which just made me feel like that's who I was. I've always felt like I'm just some like thug that
You've got
and that I'm just like squeaking in the back door everywhere I go and nobody knows that they're just with this like
uh,
fucking thug. Yeah. Yeah.